Welcome back to our epic European Christmas market tour. We have just gotten off the train from Berlin and have arrived at one of Europe's largest Christmas markets, Nuremberg.
And we're going to show you the best way to spend $50. We made the mistake of coming yesterday on a Saturday night at 7 p.m. and we thought that coming on a Sunday at 3 p.m. might be a little better, but I don't think that there's a good time to avoid the crowds at this Christmas market ever.
But we're going to make the most of it. We're going to find some stuff to eat. We're headed to our first location right now.
My strategy is to stay on the outsides and then dip in when I see food that I want to eat.
We're starting off this Nuremberg Christmas market adventure where I think that you should also start at the Bratwurst Hallen, and they are famous for Nuremberger sausages and specifically this thing that you should try, which is called a dry Weckle. And dry Weckle is 3 tiny Nuremberger sausages that are parboiled and then toasted grilled on the fire, topped with mustard on a freshly baked roll. And this restaurant has been serving these since 1312. It is an amazing place, and we know this because we went there last night.
This sausage house is just on the outside of the main Christmas market, so it is the best place to start. Get a little something in your stomach, have a glass of Gluhwein before you head into the market. That is totally crazy and crowded.
One more unique thing about this place is they are only €3.80, where the other spots are going to be $4.50, I think, for these.
This stand is super cute. The smell of sausages you can smell from like blocks away. There's billowing smoke coming out, and they're actually making the sausages every day, daily, and they bring them out to this outdoor grill to char them a little bit more, and you can see the char as it goes onto the bread. There's mustard and ketchup to put on, and the mustard is much different than you would get in America. It's more like a Chinese spicy mustard, which is unique. It's got like a spicy wasabi flavor to it, which I absolutely love because you know we love spicy. The line can look long, but there's 2 cashiers and you pay and then wait for them to grill your sausages to order. So just pick a line, get in there. There's a cash one and a card one, so you can use your card here, which is unique for the Nuremberg market. A lot of these are cash only.
They have an interesting herbaceous flavor to them. They're absolutely incredible, and they're so unique to Nuremberg. This is something you absolutely have to try when you're here. All right, €4 down, 46 to go. Let's roll.
So the main Christmas market is going to be in the square, but every street that branches out has multiple stalls along it. So basically the whole town just gets taken over by Christmas. Every street is full. There's hardly any cars, and there's plenty of space to walk around. It honestly kind of reminds me of Comic-Con in San Diego, but that's only a weekend, and this is for an entire 2 months. So it's nuts how much Christmas there is. We have walked all of but like 15 feet, and this red fiery stand is drawing us in. We've been looking for this. This is like a Nuremberg specialty. It's similar to Gluhwein, but there's rum and fired sugar on top, so it gives it like a little sweeter, more alcohol flavor to it, and he's making it right over here, which is so cool to see. And it looks like this glass of Gluhwein comes with a cookie, which is a steal of a deal. This might be the cutest cup that I've ever seen. So that sugar up there, it looks like it swings from pot to pot, and they're making it to order, which is so crazy.
So the way that they do that, they soak the sugar cubes in rum and then they pour fire all over it. So it ignites and the sugar runoff ends up in this little cup of Gluhwein.
I got a gingerbread. We didn't even have to pay for a gingerbread. Free gingerbread. I'm so excited. Prost. Oh, that's way different than Gluhwein. Definitely sweeter. Definitely more alcohol. Delicious. Oh, it's so warm. There's so much more alcohol in this, you can definitely tell.
That's why it's a €1 extra. This was €6 for this, plus the €5 deposit, which we'll get back. And a free cookie. So I feel like you pay $1, you get extra booze and a cookie. That's a steal of a deal.
Yeah, and it's freezing out right now, so this tastes so good going down.
All right, we are all full from that Feuerzangenbowle. What was it called?
No idea.
But we are ready to take on the crowd, so let's head right into the center of the market.
With that Gluhwein, we got a little taste of gingerbread, but this stall sells it oven fresh, straight from the oven, like a cookie style. It is €5.50, which is a bit more than I've seen in the stalls, but straight out of the oven, how can you say no? let's spend $5 more. Thank you.
Cheers, enjoy.
It's like the most famous spot in Nuremberg, and it's like soft to the touch, and there's like an icing underneath it with some almonds on top. It's worth paying a little bit extra because this is like the famous thing that you must get when you come to this Christmas market. The gentleman was so nice, I was able to pay with card, €5.50. I'm so excited to eat this. Whoa, that is way different than I expected. Okay, so this bottom that I thought was icing, because traditionally in America when you get a gingerbread cookie, there's icing on it. This is a wafer, and I was not expecting that. It's like a crunchy wafer. I don't know how to describe it, but the cookie itself is like granola. Soft and chewy, with crunchy bits in it, and the flavor is insane. The texture is just so different than I was expecting. This is not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting crunchy gingerbread, like a gingerbread man. Maybe this isn't what I thought it was. Wait, let me have another bite.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that I noticed is just how soft it is, like Alyssa said. Like normally our gingerbread is like super hard and crusty. This is such a unique piece of gingerbread. Texturally, it's almost like a fig Newton. It's that soft and gooey inside and so savory. It's not quite as spicy as the gingerbread that I've had before. And the wafer is so interesting. It reminds me of something in Japan.
What's the word of it? Lukenchin?
Oh, Lebkuchen.
Yo, tell me if I'm saying it completely wrong.
I love that she's making them fresh, just right behind you,
Yeah.
like in the window. That's so cool.
Okay, so it does seem to be a little bit more chill on Sunday, which I think maybe weeknights will be the thing. Also start early. The sun goes down here at like 4 o'clock. So if you show up at 2:30, the sun's going to be down and then it's going to feel Christmassy by the time you get to your main meal. Also have enough Gluhwein and you won't even notice that the sun's still out.
Along with being one of the largest with over 180 stalls, this market is also one of the oldest.
This trip we've only been to Berlin, but in total we've been to 3 in Poland, Belgium, London, Amsterdam. We've been to quite a few Christmas markets. This one definitely has the most trinkets and the most souvenirs, and they're all unique, which is pretty crazy. Usually you see the same ornaments over and over, but there's a ton of unique ones here.
So we've seen these mushrooms at a couple of the other markets, and they seem super popular.
I'm gonna try and order some mushrooms. I don't know what I'm getting.
Champignonpfanne.
Yeah.
And this place has a unique thing where they add sauce to every single one of them, and they have these huge sauce buckets that they're squeezing like they're milking cows.
10 please. Thank you. Danke.
Thank you, Danka.
Okay, now we have to get out of this freaking crowd. I'm gonna go that way towards that church.
Good luck. So we decided to get the knobloch sauce. They had an herb one and another one, which is apparently garlic sauce.
It's so warm. It feels so good on my hands. It smells amazing, so garlicky. You could see up there she had like a batch that she was starting with, and the ones that we got were like the finished ones that were just bubbling in that. Looked like there's onions, a ton of herbs, and then she gave me a real fork, which she charged me €10 for. So I think I might get €1 back for a deposit when I return my fork. We got bread. We got this amazing cup. It's so hot, I can't even freaking hold it, dude. I need to put my mittens on because it's too hot.
Wait, we don't really have mushrooms like that at markets or anything. It's
Yeah,
very unique.
I've never seen mushrooms like that. Usually it comes like on top of pasta or on top of something. So it's weird to just get a cup of mushrooms. We've seen these all over Germany. I was kind of thinking to not get sauce, but we watched like 6 people in front of us and everybody got a sauce. They're huge freaking mushrooms. It's so juicy. Look how much juice is down there. It's a cup of mushroom juice. They're so steamy. I can't even tell you how hot this cup is. It looks like it's gonna burn my freaking mouth off. So flavorful. So herby. Wow. So much onion flavor. Dude, it does not need sauce. Oh, that is fabulous. It tastes like French onion soup with mushrooms. This is insane. You're gonna love those.
right.
Deep, so you get a lot of the juice. The juice is like the best part.
Going deep. Oh man, I have too many mushrooms on my fork. No! Man, what? This
That's like
Christmas
50
is sad.
cents.
All right, I think I got some. I got some with the onion too. So the sauce is super flavorful. I think there's some white wine, a ton of garlic, and definitely some parsley. They are juicy. It's like all the sauce that they've cooked those mushrooms in, they ends up inside of the mushroom. It's like stuff. I don't think that it needs any of that creamy garlic sauce. There's plenty of flavor just in the broth that they're cooked in. And the onions add like this sweet, like savory, super comfort foody flavor.
That's the money bite. That's soaked up bread right there.
Soaked up. That is like the crouton in a French onion soup. The amount of onions in there is crazy.
Yeah, the onion flavor is what really makes it.
This is so unique. I feel like you don't see this all over. They were kind of pricey at €9, but they were so popular and we've been seeing them all over, and the people milking the cows was just too much to pass up.
All right, I'm gonna go try and get €1 back for this fork. I think she might give it to me. She gave me €2 back for my deposit. So one for the cup and one for the fork. So that only cost us $8. We're down to $24.
So I found this super active stall, and they have like these little cheeseburgers that they're kind of selling. I don't know the name of it. I think it might be Schweinsteak, but we're going to try and get one of these ground beef or ground meat patties on a roll right now. They're also selling these huge foot-long sausages stuffed with sauerkraut. This stall is really popular and it's super cool. So we're going to see if we can order and see what we're ordering. Was ist das? Schweinsteak? Frank, Fleischkuchle. Danke. Dankeschön.
You have mustard on it, right?
Oh yeah, here, can you load me up?
Yeah. It looks great. All right, so it's called Fleischkuchle. And she put some onions on there for me. I don't know what kind of meat it is.
That is beautiful. €7 for that puppy.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Load it up with some toppings.
Yeah. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Mustard? Sriracha.
Yeah, load that up. As much of that as you want. All right.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
Got a little German hamburger on our hands.
The onion's good. It's so freaking busy that you have to like get your food and then like find a space on the outside or like in an area to eat it because people are just bumping into you left and right. All right, I'm gonna let Brandon have the first bite of this one because he's been dying to try this meat that we've seen at every stall.
So we had to do a little bit of Googling, and it turns out this is a Fleischkuchle, I think is how you say it, and we've seen these in a lot of different markets, but it is like a German meat patty of some sorts that they've put on this roll. We added a little bit of ketchup, sriracha, and mustard to it, and then also it is topped with a heaping pile of sauteed mushrooms. I am glad that Alyssa put some sriracha on there because I have been craving some heat, although I know that that's not the traditional way to eat this. I will say that unlike a meatball or something, this reminds me of a Salisbury steak, and the onions are perfectly sauteed and they're sweet. The bun is crispy.
Interesting. It's a little soft. It's like a meatloaf sandwich.
It's definitely comfort food, that's for sure. And that is a big filler. For €7, this might be one of the better values you can get at this market. That is filling and delicious and interesting and unique.
And warm. It's so cold out.
I wish that we could tell you exactly which stalls that we ate at, but this place is so crazy. Like, you saw that map with the hundreds of stalls and lists. So basically just walk around, and when you see something delicious with a long line, get in line and order it.
It's crazy. You can get the smallest sausage I've ever seen and the largest sausage I've ever seen at the same market. Literally like 2 stalls apart. It's so crazy. We are so cold. We are in search of some heat or an indoors, and we just found this cool balcony area that you can see the entire market square. And there's a Gluhwein shop up here. So I think we're gonna get a glass of Gluhwein. There's also a like standing heater, so maybe we can warm our hands a little bit. I think it's -1 Celsius right now, which is like 30 degrees. This is the coldest weather we've been in all winter. And it's not even snowing. It's just cold without the prettiness. It is only December 1st, so make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet, because we have so many more Christmas markets to show you this season. This is exactly what I needed. I got a white Gluhwein this time, and Brandon got a beer. This is a cash only one up here though, so make sure you have your cash with you. I think we're only gonna count one of these, right?
No, count them both.
Okay.
We got €10 still left over after this. Once again, we are in line for something we have no idea what it is, but this place is a complete mystery. There's just billowing smoke, and you can't even see the employees or the staff that are working here. Alyssa is ready to go. She's getting a mystery meat. Looks like.
Perfect, thank you.
Look at these things.
Thank you so much. Okay, so it's Schaschlik, which is definitely saying that wrong, but it is a simmered pork skewer that they put like paprika and curry and ketchup and sauce on it, and it was €10, but I get $2.50 back when I return the plate, like everywhere, the deposit, and it came with bread. He also gave us 2 forks. It looked too amazing to pass up. The smoke billowing from this place, and the line was super long, so like you have to try it. We only had €7 left to spend, so we may as well eat some more meat.
I love, there's nothing better than going to a Christmas market and eating something you have no idea what it is for the very first time.
It smells spicy. It smells like curry, like Indian curry powder. I'm excited.
I can't tell if they're deep frying it or boiling it or steaming it, but the crazy thing is when those meats come out of whatever broth that they're doing this in, it looks like they're completely grilled. So it looks like a grilled food coming out of a boiling concoction of something, and then he's topped it with everything you can imagine. What? I was wondering what that gun was. He's squirting everything with some sort of saucy mixture on top of all that powdered seasoning. What a cool squirt gun. Oh my god, each one, look at how he's doing this. He's going backhand with the no-look pass behind the back. He's the Allen Iverson of... This dude is a total G. People cannot get enough. What a legend. This is definitely one of the most poppin' stalls that we've seen. They are so talented back there. They are just absolute magicians. Let's see what the situation is all about. It's like mini pork skewers, and then they've served it with a side of bread. Whoa. How interesting. First off, you get how tender that pork is. It's like pull apart tender. I don't know exactly what the process they're cooking it in. The sauce isn't as sweet as I thought it would be. It's totally savory. You definitely get curry powder, maybe a little turmeric, and there's like some caked on the sides that you can kind of dip and add a little bit more seasoning. This is such an interesting thing. The bread is going to be a perfect bite with this. It doesn't taste like what it looks like, but it all goes together so well.
The pork is so good. Wow. It literally falls off. It's like barbecue pork, falls off the stick. It's so juicy, and I can't get over how good the pork is.
Yo, your girl's been complaining about how cold her hands have been the whole day, and she is not even noticing that she's freezing.
There's onions in it. Onions stacked between the pork, dude.
This place
is insane.
Schaschlik Wolf since 1952.
This might be the best thing we've eaten at the Christmas market.
This is the most unique thing, hands down, the most entertaining thing that you can have at the Nuremberg market. And this is just an incredible experience overall. Do not skip this stand when you're here. You will not regret eating whatever I'm eating right now. And if you know, let us know in the comments what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this epic Nuremberg Christmas market food tour. Don't forget to check out our Berlin video. While you're at it, go check out the Sapporo video. Watch all of our Christmas videos. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. Without all of you, none of this would be possible. So thank you guys for coming all over the world with us every week, and Merry Christmas to everybody.